So, as we said out there on the practice ground, I think maybe in the attempt to try and get shallower, we discussed in the last lesson with the wedges to try not to get too steep when you're playing your shorter wedges, okay? That may be a reason why you've got the club kind of too far behind you, too flat on the way back, so your angle kind of here now, we go back to the hands at chest height, as we can see, club's way flat there, way behind, and at the top of the batch are now laid off. Now what you'll see as you come in the golf ball, as your hands now start dropping nice, because your thumb position, the club now as you come in the hitting area is going to get behind you, okay? And if you just watch this body, we'll compare the two in a second, so you'll see it. The body on the left hand side looks very much like it's dropping down to try and get down, almost like reacting to try and get under and hit the ground, because you just, from that angle, you're too far inside, and we're going to thin it. So this angle now, when you went back, hands on line with your chest, see the golf club now towards the golf ball, okay? Top of the backswing, club's in a much better position, excuse me, towards the target line, okay? So when your hands then drop now, okay, your club's coming back now down more in front of you in line with the target line. If you watch the chest as you just go through here now as you release through, because your angle's good, that seems to be a nice sort of rotation with the body, your spine angle sort of maintaining, and a good release through. If you watch this there, all just, that right shoulder looks very much underneath. Look at the sort of two positions there, how much more tilted your jacket. Look at the grey on your jacket.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get down low and just trying as much as you can, and that's basically the same kind of position relative to where the club is, I guess. And that one's like, I'm thinning it, let's get that right shoulder down, do whatever you can. And again, if you drop underneath there and you go on the inside and you use your hands, it's just going to be going one way and you're going to get one of them. Or then if you're scared of hooking the ball, you hang on to it, it's a big high right, or thin. Or you might drop too much and you fat it. So the combination of all that, we saw on the golf course last time, no play golf before mentality, you can see kind of where that's going to come from, just by getting that club in a position where it's not going to be sort of at a position to hit the ground comfortably, and then you've got to try and chase it. If we can get that club set on the way back, so you're coming down to a nice position here now. The golf is all about angles. If you swing the club on a good angle to the golf ball, hitting the ball now from there, you want to see your hand and the club follow down that blue line. So your hand are just trapped down that blue line nicely. Good strike, ball, then a bit of turf, maybe a bit more divot than you want, but that's again you trying to get lower than you need to from previously. I think in time, once you feel you can actually reach the ground, you're not going to try and get that chase underneath it, okay? But then a nice release through to target. I say lower half, just to sort of focus on that, okay? From top of the backswing here now, once you've got the club set, so good hip turn now. Right leg's now moving towards the left leg. There's no sort of knee going forward, okay? Left hip sort of pushing backwards, left leg sort of straightening out the way there. Good movement. Okay? There's a lot of good in that left, or lower half, should I say, not left half, lower half, left and right leg.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it so much or try and complicate things with that. I think for me, if we can just focus on, the feeling we said is like sort of hands in, club out. So if you're looking from this one, don't try to stop the club. If the club gets into that position, don't try and stop it getting there by pushing it here, by pushing your hands out there. Okay, because if the hands get away from the body, the club therefore maybe you're more on line, but now you're too far this way, then when you turn your shoulders, you're still going to lay your thumbs off.
Yeah, which is more wrists.
Exactly, it's more where your hands point rather than where your hands are. The hands in that position there aren't too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, if you just point your thumbs, rather than pointing your thumbs there, you point your thumbs this way. That's with the hands in that sort of preset wrist hinge now. As I said, from here, with the thumbs pointing up, it's very unnatural now to then do that. It's only when you're down here now it kind of it sort of encourages that, okay? If you set the wrist in now, well, the hands are in the right position, okay, just going to just turn my shoulders and my arm stays to my chest there. The arm can stay in, hands in, club up. If the hands go out, yes, the club gets up, but then from here now, where you're going to go, you can't go over there, you've got to then do that, and you still get your thumbs laid off anyway. So whether you get laid off at this position or that position, it's going to get laid off behind you anyway, and from that position you're always going to be coming too far on the inside, thinny, and that problem. Okay, so again, I'd work on that drill again in practice, maybe hit half your shots from that position there with a club, and then half without. And then if you find you obviously this position better, try and do a couple more to try and get that muscle memory, so you start realizing, okay, what's the club feel like when it's there, what does that transition feel like to the golf ball from there to there, as opposed from there trying to sort of chase underneath that right shoulder, trying to get underneath the golf ball to hit it. But when you got the angle right towards the latter part of the session there's definitely some the ball flight was more up there rather than the couple before we're kind of just peeking over the top of the trees there. So get that ball flight a bit higher, definitely help. Okay, mate?
Cool.
Good stuff, mate.